that goes in a clockwise direction to remove it, and we need to put a Elco compatible ball on there. This has a plate which stops the ball from turning if we get into a dangerous situation where the Caravan is swaying in either direction. Do that up nice and tight. The up. You can see on here how that's red where my finger is, and you can see this here is red. That means it's not hitched up. I'm going to lower the ball and we turn this clockwise to go down. This handle here is going to go up to get that on. See that this has gone to be green, and when I press on here you can see that there is green, so we are now successfully hitched up. There are two connectors here. One is an Anderson connector, which most people won't use, and then the other one is your normal 7-pin round connector. If you don't have a 7-pin round, we can supply you with an adapter. And that plugs in nicely like so. There is a brake cable. If the trailer comes dislodged, it will pull on the brake cable and stop the van. One thing we don't do with the brake cable is we don't clip it on anything like so. We make sure we go around here and do a loop and click this on like so. With the chains, if you can, do them crisscross like so. If it won't reach, then either stick another D-bolt in or do them straight to get some more length. You may typically have to stick 2 D-bolts on, and the fact that I can't fit a D-bolt through here, so the head of the D-bolt anyway, so I'm going to put that D-bolt there, then a second D-bolt, through there, through there, and again we'll do the same on this end here. Like so. A few things to then point out. The jockey wheel has to go up, so I'll wind that clockwise as far as it'll go. I'll then rotate the handle here and I'll pull the jockey wheel all the way up and put it nicely behind the van. I'll tighten the jockey wheel like so. The handbrake, up is on, down is off. Like so, give it a little tug too to make sure it's on like so. The Anderson connector should fit nicely in this little snuggly bit here, You need to check that the electrics aren't too long. If they are, you'll have to wrap them around something, but that's not going to drag on the ground, and the chain shouldn't be dragging on the ground as well. Don't forget when you're stopped, if you're on an angle, to chock the wheels, and always keep your handbrake on if you're not intending to be moving. Remember, of course, to take the handbrake off when you take off. Very easy to forget. Well, that's it as far as hitching up goes. A word of warning when unhitching. If you look at the black sleeve there, you can see that that's fully compressed. It's just about 2 centimeters wide, and that will expand greatly by when the Caravan is unhooked. The reason for that is the Caravan's been reversed, and therefore it compresses into the body of the Caravan. Now when we undo it, it's going to expand, and we've got great danger that we're actually going to damage our bumper, particularly if you've got a plastic one there. So what we need to do is we need to move the vehicle forward by about 5 or 10 centimeters, and then the spring will be expanded, and then it won't be pushing forwards into your bumper. You can see I've done that now, and there's a significantly larger distance here. Go through the things on the outside of the van. This is a disconnected gas barbecue point. This is a external barbecue point. This is one of the 4 legs, and if we wind that in a clockwise manner, you'll start to see that the feet come down. The feet have also got very large landing pads in case your soil is very soft. You wind that to get some stability on your van. There's lots of storage in the van. This is a external storage locker. The next cupboard is where your battery is contained, 120 amp hour, and also your power cord. To undo the power cord, you need to pull this blue flap back and wiggle that and pull that down. This is what it looks like here. And again, put it on, put that up like so. You must make sure that flap is back. There's a little tooth on there, because otherwise it'll lock and you'll end up breaking something. Your power cord can sneak through this little section here, as there's a little gap. To close it, give it a good hard push like that, and you want to lock your the locks there when you're done. This is one of the many side cupboards, and we can keep our power cord in there. You'll have a 10 or 15 amp connector on the end, or both of those there. You probably will have a Elco lock with possibly a plastic or a metal ball. It is critical that you don't stick a ball with grease inside the ball socket on the front. Security device. As we don't want the van to be stolen to stop you having a relaxing holiday, this can stop your vehicle being towed away. You put the key in the side here, and you can see that there's a little pin that goes in and out there. To lock it, you need to put the key in, rotate it clockwise, press the mechanism in, and then turn the key anti-clockwise and take the key out. So this slots down here. You then have to press the unit slightly forwards towards your vehicle. Press that in and take it out. Now that means that someone can't put a ball in there. This should be done with either a metal tow ball or the little plastic one inserted in there to stop something else going in there. Do not use a greasy tow ball, because if you get grease on the hitch mechanism, that'll cause safety issues. So to undo that, I'm going to put the key in like so, turn it clockwise, the little pin pops out, and this goes here. We store it inside the locker next to the battery cabinet on the side. To put your rear foot down, you'll put your 19mm socket in here, and you'll turn that and you'll see that the rear foot goes down there as well. This is the top toilet tank. You can see that there's traces of pink here. We put about 10 or 15 litres of water, so water just comes up to the top of the tank, but before we do that we put 30 ml of fluid, and it's the pink fluid which matches here, in there, and then we close up the lid and we lock that. Then we go to the bottom waste tank, which you'll have to unlock, and that's a cassette toilet. You can see there's a yellow handle down the bottom. We pull on that yellow handle and then the toilet comes out. If we move this section here, little snout, and undo the top, we put 30 ml of the blue fluid over here, in there, and then we put 2 litres of water in the bottom that's sitting in the bottom of the tank. We then close it up and we would pop that back and slide this like so. Now to empty the toilet, we simply hold it like this. We would go to our draining point, take the cap off, tip it up while we press, see where my right thumb is here, we press that button in there and that will allow air to flow in the container so the solids and liquid can come out. We then need to rinse it with a hose a couple of times to keep the insides nice and clean. That goes around that way there, again with the yellow handle up front, like so. Close that, and then we lock that up like so. How you tell if it's full is when you run out of water on the top, that is a smaller container than the bottom, so then it becomes time to empty the bottom when the top has run out. There's also an LED inside. When that's lit, the toilet is at least half full.